All right, so yes, I am a stupid woman. And the reason I say that, just so many different things. So it's early morning, and I'm headed to my favorite, the place that I love to hate, to pick up a couple of household items. It did not occur to me that because it is a weekday morning, this is, I think, like Tuesday, maybe. I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's a weekday. It's about like rush hour time for people to go to work and stuff. It's like, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning, something like that. And it did not occur to me that, Maria, if you roll out of bed in a halter top and shorts and walk down the street at 7:30 on a weekday morning, you look like a hoe. You look like you were somebody's just waiting for some. You look like you were somebody's trick for the night, and they just released you out onto the street. Is what you look like. But no, that is not the the case. And I realized this like when I got like 2 blocks from the house, because I saw all the cars on their way to work, people dressed professionally. And even though this may be okay, like 6 o'clock in the evening or on a weekend, to be this early in the morning, like in a halter top and shorts and just looking like you just rolled out of bed, it's really not a good look. So, again, this speaks to perception management, because there's a bus coming. I hope he's not coming this way. I don't think so. There's a school down the other way. But this speaks to perception. And I try to take a side road just so there wouldn't be as many people. But I think a lot of other people are taking the side road too, so that they're not seen. But speaking of perception management, I did a vlog this morning with my little arm rotations, talking about. I did a blog this morning with my arm rotations, talking about. Okay, I picked the wrong street to walk down. Actually, the wrong side. You see how? And I want to tell you, sometimes you can do the right thing so much that is wrong. I was always taught growing up that you walk facing traffic. So I was facing traffic, but there's no sidewalk over there. So basically I was creeping and crawling up onto the ledge, but there's a sidewalk on the other side of the street. So, by automation, whatever we're programmed to do, we do. So eventually I made it to the side. But this morning I was talking about how you can do, just like what I said just now, you could be so much trying to do the right thing that actually you're doing the wrong thing, like me walking on the quote-unquote right side of the street, but there's no sidewalk. But same thing happened last night on my way back from where I was at. On my way back, there was there's two, like, if you ever seen the cartoon King of the Hill, there's these white men that have like trucks, and that's how they are. They're not. You can tell when people are racist and nasty. They're not like that. They're just like King of the Hill guys, just standing around and shooting the breeze and doing whatever, drinking and whatever. I never really seen them drinking, but they just have that feeling like King of the Hill. I don't know if they do that or not. But so, once in a blue moon, they'll try to speak just to be neighborly. And I don't know why yesterday when I came home, last night they were there, and so they said hello to me, and I guess like I over responded, because I was actually, for whatever reason, I was just so happy that anybody even spoke to me, that I was like, oh hey, all of a sudden I was like, oh hey, how you doing? How are you? And then their initial cordial neighborly hi turned into woo, like, that was a whole lot. We weren't expecting all of that, and it wasn't necessarily just because of the words that I was saying, but just the excitement that I had. And so, but I'm a dweeb, I'm an introverted dweeb. So, but I was just happy that somebody spoke to me, genuinely happy. But like I said, in this culture, you can't really, when you do that, you have to think about, I act off of reflex actions, and I was generally happy. So I reflexively acted happy. But in this culture, you have to realize too that even if it's a positive action, it can put somebody in a negative place, because they don't know how to respond to that. They're like, what? So all right, I'm still doing good on time. So that's that. And then The other thing that I wanted to mention, and that goes along too with, the power, the something about the law of power or something that I was reading the other day. And I still keep breaking that rule. And I know God gave me that message that I have to show disdain to certain things. I have to learn how to turn my nose up and be like, But I don't know how to do that. It's just not in my nature. I appreciate everything, you know, to a fault. I mean, it's sad to see how much I appreciate stuff sometimes. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, I committed my first murder last night. Now, I shouldn't probably even say that in a little clip like that because, with the future of how technology is, and, somebody could cut that now and splice it and make it something that is not. But the scary part about it is that, with the way the future is going, somebody might actually want to do that, and somebody might actually believe, But when I say that, I mean, there was a huge palmetto bug in my apartment last night. Usually I'm scared of those big old things, and it's like I'll end up screaming and cowering in the corner and trying to get away from it, or I just won't sleep all night. But I guess, and this speaks a lot to human nature too, I saw the bug so many times and I tried to avoid it, and I sprayed it with bleach, and I think it probably ate the bleach and got sick. And it got to the point where I was just like, I'm tired of this. And I have this huge fly swatter, and I didn't understand. I thought it was for a joke. When I bought the fly swatter at the flea market, I swear the front of it is like 5 inches. And when I bought it, I think I've gone past my destination that I have. But when I bought it, but that's okay. I need to walk anyhow. But when I bought it, I was just like, oh, I bought it as a novelty. But now I understand why South Florida has these big ass bugs. And a little fly swat's not gonna do it. And so I actually swatted that huge. There's a dog on the loose here. I hope he doesn't come for me because I'm not a fighter. But he looks kind of regal, like he won't bother me. He has my favorite panda bears in the yard. But please don't come over here. He looks like he's maybe on a leash, but maybe not. I hope his owner is watching. And it's a sign that says, beware of the dog. Oh my God. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's got scary eyes. I hope his owner is nearby. Their house door is open, which is good. That means that they can hear if I scream. Doesn't mean that they'll protect me. Okay, he didn't bother me. Hopefully he doesn't catch me from the back. I've had that happen before too. But the laws of power, 37, disdain, I can't do that. It's just not in my nature. God gave me that message, so I know for sure that it's something that I need to work on. Because if God gave it to me and I'm not taking it, a school bell ringing, I haven't heard that in so long. Oh my God, that's special. But anyways, all my walks are special, and especially morning walks. So perhaps I should take them more often. Dressed a little better, of course. But the good thing about it is I felt so insecure about, me coming out here like this, because not initially because I was just like, I need to roll out of bed and get what I gotta get. But, people, it depends on your spirit, because a little old happy lady that was going for her morning walk, she was happy to see me, and she was expecting me to wave, and I did, So it just depends on your spirit. I'm walking past this church during my hard time stay. Like I said, I don't have a lot of good things to say about churches, but I have to say about this church, during my hard time, they really helped me. And when I say really helped me, I'm going to tell you, this church, it says Fellowship Hall on the side, but it's called the Lord's House. It's in Hollandale Beach. And what I have to say about this church, amazing. I was at a place where they were, and this is just so amazing. I remember being here early mornings. I just got to tell you, I remember a lot, but the way that I first came across this church, and maybe this is a church member here, there's a car that just pulled up. It would be nice to see somebody that's a church member there, but I don't see. But I remember It's a good church. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's mostly family, and I'm sure they have their reasons. They don't discuss, the political things and the things that we did coming up. But all I can say was, when I was in need, they helped me. They provided me with didn't ask me no questions. Didn't give me a hard time. They provided me with I just saw this car roll up, but there's nobody in it. They provided me with food. I need to come and visit, but it's like I'm scared to, because I'm scared that I'm going to ask some questions that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to make them uncomfortable. And I really don't want to do that, because, I want to show gratefulness and gratitude. But, yeah, it's a good church. I should come visit. I am on this Sunday. I'm coming. And it's just like the other part is I don't know how to react. Because the thing about church too, it's a lot, but I'm just gonna leave that alone for now. But it's a good church. But the last thing,